Taxi vlog 127. It is the 11th of October. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving, all of you of the Canadian persuasion. It's the Monday night after a holiday weekend. Now, sometimes things are flat and predictable and there's nothing special happening, such as Friday and Saturday nights. Friday was actually pretty quiet for a Friday. Saturday was somewhat busier, but still nothing spectacular. Everything was flat and predictable, and it was the usual old thing where there was nothing really, shall we say, eventful or out of the ordinary going on. Like, you know, I think I said last week that if there was something memorable, I would talk about it. Well, here we are, a week later, and yes, last night there were some memorable things. I came to work, like I usually do on a Sunday night, and it was quiet. I sat there for half an hour watching YouTube videos. And there were two other cabbies sitting in the same parking lot with me. And we were just shooting the shit, talking about what was going on, what the night was like, and just joking around. And then I had my first call, and it was a fairly long one. It went from the north end of town into town. And as soon as I dropped that off, I had another one, which was, you know, your average fare, about $10 worth. And, oh, there's somebody who looks like he might be going through the crosswalk. No, he's going right past it, so I'm not going to stop. Well then, after those first two fares, I figured, okay, I've been out here an hour or so, and for the next hour and a half, I tell you, I couldn't do anything right. Every place I went to sucked. It was either they wouldn't answer their phone, and usually I called twice to make sure that if they didn't answer me the first time, they would get me the second time. Or there was just nobody there at all, like it's the front of a restaurant and the restaurant's quiet and closed, and there's nobody outside where they said they would be. Or I'd just be rolling up to the place, and just as I'm arriving, I would get a great big cancelled message across my MDT. For an hour and a half, nothing. You know, for the 20 minutes that I actually worked, in the first couple of hours, or 2.5 hours, I'm asking myself, what did I do to deserve this? Or what will I end up doing to deserve this? Because I found, in all the years I've been doing this, that there is a sort of a balance. Now, I don't know if it's like karma, but you know how karma, you may have been a real asshole in one life, and in the next life you're a saint to make up for it. Well, I don't know if it's short-term karma, like over the span of one night, like as if everything's balanced from beginning to end. Because I was talking about how some nights it's just flat and there's nothing really memorable, and other nights it's the opposite, where there are extreme highs and extreme lows, which you kind of expect in this business, but you're kind of surprised when they happen. Anyhow, things did pick up. Things got better. And, you know, by midnight, I usually start at 8. In fact, it's 8:01 right now. Around midnight, I had a little bit of money on. And I thought, okay, I've got my lease and fuel, and I'll make a little bit of profit now. I got 5 or 6 hours in which to do it. So then I got sent to an address. It's like a complex for disabled people. It's like assisted housing. Anyway, I got there, and I'd had this customer in my car before, and she's really, really black, very dark. She's from Africa somewhere, and she even has the accent as if she's from, I don't know where, somewhere in Africa. I'm thinking Ethiopia or maybe further south. Anyway, she's very, very black. And there's something about her, I don't know if it's an attraction or what, but I find myself drawn to her. And when she's in my car, and I mean, I get lots of people in my car. Lots of people get in, lots of people get out. There is no feeling, nothing. It's like mechanical. You get in, we get there, you pay me. But this one, I feel as if I have a connection with this woman. She's in her 20s, and she is just beautiful. And I think I'm seeing the beautiful beneath her appearance, even though her appearance is quite pleasing. It's like as if we've known each other our entire lives. And I think she feels it too. So anyway, she was telling me the address, so I got her there, and we got there, and she had been talking to somebody on the phone, and we talked about, I asked her, well, that doesn't sound like you had any good news there, and she says, oh no, it's not. Someone was misdiagnosed and died because they were treating him for the wrong thing. Now she's in healthcare of some kind. I think she does home care. So she's one of these people who has a lot of compassion. She has a lot of feeling. Anyways, after she had paid me, she says, you know, I don't want to go out in the cold. It's so comfortable in here. And I said, well, if you really like, you know, you can stay here and hang out with me for a bit. This is how good I felt about her. And usually I just want to get people out of here. But she's one of these people who just makes me feel good in her presence. And that is so rare. So incredibly rare. It's not a sexual thing. Although, yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's just a good feeling I get from her. Anyway, enough of that. A little later on, I got these guys in my car who were total fucking pricks. I mean, really loud and really obnoxious. I think it's the holiday weekend that brings out the best and the worst in people. And so, yeah. These guys were loud and obnoxious and rude. And we got to within a couple blocks from their destination. And they wanted to go to the store to get some smokes or something. Now, I had my computer with me, as I would normally on a Sunday night, which this particular week was maybe a mistake. Because the one drunkest, loudest guy, who was still in the car and the other two had gone in the store, had asked me if he could play with my computer. I said, no, it's mine, get your own. Oh, come on, you think my brain can't handle it? I said, no, it's mine. Well, why can't I play with it? Because it's mine. It's not yours. Get your own. But I want to check my email. No, you may not. I'm sorry, this is mine. And he kept asking me over and over and over again. And even when the other two guys got in, come on, can I play with your computer? I said, look, it doesn't work when we're moving. Oh, come on, this is a Wi-Fi zone. Of course it'll work when we're moving. I want to play with your computer. Are you scared I'm going to hack your stuff? I said, yes, I really don't trust you. So we turned the corner onto the street where we were going. And it was $29 on the clock. They gave me a 20 and 2 5s. $30 for 29. He says, and you know why you got a crappy tip? He said, Because you wouldn't let me play with your computer, you know, I would have given you a better tip if you would have let me play with your computer. I said, I'm very happy with that tip, thank you very much. He said, well, you didn't have to be such an asshole. And I felt like saying, right at that time, I felt like saying, takes one to know one, pal. But I didn't. I just shut up and drove away. I guess that's where I paid for having the customer who made me feel so good.